Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping into a problem that, let's be honest, drives almost everyone crazy. How to get AI to actually understand your own documents. We're going to look at a really powerful open source tool called Docling that's built to solve exactly that.
Okay, so let's just dive right in with the big question. You've got this incredible, powerful AI, right? But why does it completely fall apart when you try to feed it your most valuable information, the stuff that's locked away in your reports, your presentations, and your technical specs? Well, the answer is frustratingly simple. It's because all that priceless information is just trapped. It's locked away in these messy file formats like PDFs, Word docs, and PowerPoint presentations that were designed for human eyes, not for machine learning models. So that brings us to our first big challenge, this whole idea of data being trapped inside documents. Before any AI can start doing its magic, you first have to figure out how to break your information out of these digital prisons.
I mean, just picture a standard report from your job. You've got headers, footers, maybe a couple of columns of text, and then boom, a super complex table with merged cells, some charts, and a few images sprinkled in. To old school conversion tools, this is just chaos. They might grab the words, but they totally lose the meaning, the structure, and that makes the result pretty much useless for any smart system. All right, so if that's the problem, what's the solution? Well, this is where this really cool toolkit from IBM Research called Docling enters the picture.
At its heart, you can think of Docling as the ultimate universal translator. It takes all those jumbled, human-readable documents on one side and intelligently spits out clean, perfectly structured data on the other side, data that AI models can actually understand and learn from. And what's really amazing here is the blend of sheer power and security. I mean, it can chew through dozens of different formats, but here's the kicker. It does it all locally, on your own machine. Your sensitive, top-secret data never has to touch the cloud. It never leaves your control. That is huge.
Okay, so you're probably wondering, how does it actually do this? What's the magic trick? Well, it's not just another glorified file converter. Under the hood, Docling uses some seriously advanced AI vision models to, well, read a document, just like you or I would.
And this is the absolute game changer. Traditional OCR tools, they just see a flat page of text. They have no idea that this headline goes with that paragraph. They just flatten everything out. Dockling's AI, on the other hand, sees the layout. It understands the reading order, it preserves tables perfectly, and get this, it can do it up to 30 times faster. So the secret sauce is really two specialized AI models that IBM Research cooked up. First, you've got DoclayNet. This thing has been trained on over 80,000 pages, so it knows page layouts, headers, lists, you name it, with just incredible precision. Then there's Tableformer, its partner in crime. This model is a specialist. Its one job is to tackle the hardest problem of all, those ridiculously complex tables. It can deconstruct and rebuild them perfectly, which is something most other tools just completely choke on. Okay, that's all super impressive, but what's the real-world payoff here? Where does this lead? Well, the number one use case for this kind of tech is building something called a Retrieval Augmented Generation System. I know it's a mouthful, so we just call it RAG.
Now, don't let that super technical name scare you off. RAG is actually a pretty simple concept. It's basically how you build your own custom ChatGPT, one that's an expert on your private data. So instead of getting generic answers from the internet, it digs into your own library of documents to give you precise, factual answers.
And in this whole workflow, Docling is that critical, absolutely essential first step. It handles the dirtiest, hardest part of the job, getting your documents ready. Once Docling has turned everything into clean, structured data, the rest of the process is, honestly, a walk in the park.
I mean, that really says it all, right? Docling just handles the mess. The complex layouts, the tables, the formulas. It takes care of the heavy lifting, so you can focus on building the cool AI stuff on top of it.
So here's maybe the best part of all. This isn't some super expensive, locked-down enterprise software. This incredible power is actually open source and shockingly easy to get your hands on.
And don't just take my word for it, just look at the community's reaction. Docling has racked up nearly 40,000 stars on GitHub. Now, for an open source project, that is a massive vote of confidence. It means developers out there are using it and they trust it.
And getting started, it's literally this simple. One line, pip install Docling. You run that on Windows, a Mac, Linux, doesn't matter. The whole toolkit installs, and you're ready to start converting documents right away. It's that easy.
All right, so let's tie this all together. For years, the biggest roadblock between all of your company's knowledge and the real power of AI has been the document file itself. Docling is the bridge over that gap. It uses AI to understand the structure of your information, turning a chaotic mess of files into a perfect, clean foundation. This lets basically anyone build powerful, secure AI systems that learn from their own private data.
So, the technology is here. It's open, it's powerful, it's accessible. The barrier is officially gone. Which really just leaves one big question for you to answer.